Editor at Revolt, and a very dear friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Amr Singh.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you guys so much for coming. It is great to see you here. It's also a complete honor to be sitting on this panel. This is the first panel of the inaugural Revolt Music Conference. And if we weren't adhering to a strict no applause during the panel policy, I would tell you to all give yourselves a round of applause for coming this early. You know, it's a changing industry. Well, rule breakers, disruptors, right? You did well. That was a test. That man passed. So, you know, you really do deserve that because it's a changing industry, and obviously you guys had the initiative and hustle to take that change and to understand what to make of the paradigm shift. And, you know, we're talking about social media today, which is at the forefront. I think it's, you know, the great equalizer between artist, mogul, and fan. And, you know, how else would we know that artists are as narcissistic as we are? How else would we know, you know, what they're thinking and how they're getting their word out? And so we're going to talk about that here today. And, you know, for you guys, I know you guys want to understand, for a lot of you, how best to use social media, how your artists get the most traction, how you personally can get the most traction. And I think that's the sort of direction we're going to take overall with the angle to take on the conversation. And to start it off, we're going to go down the line a little bit to give you a chance to meet our panelists a bit better. Why don't we talk about how social media has been instrumental in the development of your career or your person or the institution you represent. So I think Facebook, as far as social media is concerned, is a good place to start. John, I want to take it over.
Well, before I worked at Facebook, my first job in the music industry was at Island Def Jam. And it was called New Media when I worked there. It was before any of the social media sites had launched. And, you know, what our department was focused on was direct marketing, and a lot of that was done through email. And a lot of the tenets that held true then really transferred over to social media, whether it was MySpace and Facebook, Instagram, etc. So what I learned back at Island Def Jam then, I've been able to take through my entire career and apply to the artists that we work with today at Facebook and Instagram.
Cool. Now, are you Tumblr?
So I too had a trajectory toward Tumblr. I started out as a tour manager with a band and just noticed like from their message boards just how social their fans were. They forced me to join MySpace, and then I got a job at MySpace, so worked there for like 3 years when we were building MySpace music. Worked at a management company with artists like Linkin Park, Enrique Iglesias, Big Boy from Outkast, and then got a job with Tumblr. So it's just been watching along the way. When I was at MySpace, Tumblr didn't even exist, but learning about how fans interact with bands and how this relationship has adapted through the years.
And MySpace being one of the initial social media sites, too.
Both.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think for myself personally, social media has been a great enabler. You know, I went to school for music technology, so it was a major in music, minor in computer science. So I always had a love of both of those. And I started working at a record label while I was still in school. And, you know, at first I really wanted to do A&R, and I was always trying to bring artists in, but, you know, having the interest in tech and being at a label at an interesting time when that wasn't really a focus actually gave me a platform to be heard and for people to actually take me seriously, even being young and coming in the industry where there was a lot of people that had been there for a while. So, you know, when I started at Sony and Epic Records, and my department was called Emerging Technology, which is like, think about it now, emerging technology is like, wow, that was, you know, the internet had been around for a while at that point. So, you know, I think I kind of gravitated towards that and just, you know, again, it gave me a kind of a platform to kind of grow and hone my skills.